All right, what's going on YouTube? Look, we got to wake up. You know, I bring the energy, I bring the excitement, the news, the knowledge, the everything. Here we go. Look, check it out. This is like my first interview with Canelo back during the Kirkland fight, so I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of my old footage. I got a lot of good old footage that I never show on the channel, so I'm going to start using that as my background, you know, just to give you guys a little something to look at. But anyway, look, I don't really know how to title the video. Top fights 2018, you know, could be. I just kind of want to talk about the whole landscape of boxing, what we have coming, what I know we have coming, like the Canelo Alvarez Gennady Golovkin rematch. I know what's going to happen. You know, look, here's the thing. Check it out. Okay, you got to think about it. The fight potentially is going to go down May 5th, 2018. They need 3 months, a good 3 months in order to promote the fight. So I think we're going to get a big announcement probably, you know, next, 10 days, 2 weeks, because here we are, you know, January, say mid-January, right? And then they got February, March, April, and then boom, Cinco de Mayo, happy Cinco de Mayo to my Mexican family out there. And, you know, we get the rematch. So that's what I think. You just do the math. I mean, you got to look for clues in boxing. And also, I told you guys, I reached out to a couple of guys with Golden Boy Promotion, and actually, one of them is in this video. You know, you guys think I'm bullshitting. Like one of my people that I talked to at Golden Boy, which I'm not going to tell you who, is in this very video. He might be wearing a hat. But anyway, so, you know, I do have some contacts over there, and I was told that, yeah, you know, the fight's going to happen. But, you know, these are low-level people I talk to. It's not like I'm talking to, you know, Eric Gomez or like his secretary or nothing. I mean, these are just people at Golden Boy. But anyway, moving forward, all right, we're going to talk about Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. You know, we got Pacquiao-Crawford, Thurman, Spence, Loma, but I'm going to try to keep it quick. Right now, Canelo, Gennady Golovkin, Canelo, 49-1-2, 34 KOs. That's it. You know, Canelo, arguably one of the best resumes in boxing. I don't know if I would argue it, but, you know, I have heard the arguments. Okay, what do you think? Gennady Golovkin, 37-0-1, 33 knockouts. Okay, they both need to prove they are better and can perform at a higher rate. Okay, the original fight, you know, I give him the meh, you know, whatever, that little meme, that little circle dude, he's like meh, you know. When I think about the original meetup, the original showdown, the showdown at high noon, okay, meh, that's what I think about it right there. So, but look, what, you know, I don't care what comes out of my mouth. Whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth, okay. But the most profitable fight, Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, 3G, Gennady Golovkin, 2018. Okay, they need to do better. You know, sometimes in boxing you need a do-over. Okay, we need a do-over. Okay, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Wow, where do I go from here? Wembley Stadium, 90,000 fans. Could you imagine? Okay, but right now, but back it up. IBF, IBO, WBA. Anthony Joshua, he can make the same money fighting Joseph Parker at Wembley Stadium, right? So I think right now it's kind of a high risk, low reward, and that's why I think, you know, Mr. Hearns is protecting Anthony Joshua. I really, truly do. You know, I think right now he doesn't have an opponent, but I think we're probably going to get someone like a Joseph Parker, you know, maybe Joseph Parker for the, WBO, 24-0, 18 KOs, okay? Then Anthony Joshua would most likely have a mandatory fight against Pacquiao, right? Pacquiao, mandatory for that WBA. Okay, that's what I think. So right now, just to recap, I think Anthony Joshua takes on Joseph Parker. Okay, and then a Mando with Pacquiao, and then we might get a AJ and Deontay Wilder 2019. I don't think it's going to happen in 2018, but I think it should happen in 2018, but I don't think it's going to. Like I said, high risk, low reward. He can build up his resume, get a little bit more experience at a top level, because right now his biggest threat is Deontay Wilder. And you got to give Wilder credit, you know. Look, I broke his resume down. It's a terrible resume. You know, you go back and he had like 30-something knockouts within 4 rounds, okay? I mean, that's incredible, right? You know, you got a guy that has, what, 30, how many fights do you have? 39 fights. Okay. I want to say it's like 32 knockouts inside of 4 rounds or something. I mean, that's incredible. That's unprecedented. That is, you know, huge. But when you look at who he's like literally fighting cab drivers, insurance salesmen, construction workers, things like that, you know, people that box on the weekend as a hobby. So, I mean, you go back and look at these guys, they got 8-9 fights with like, you know, a ton of losses. So, you know, that's the criticism to Deontay Wilder, you know, but then, you know, I give him credit for, you know, his amateur background, which isn't really extensive, you know, Olympics and his, you know, mostly what I like about Deontay Wilder, his willingness to travel, fight anyone, anywhere, anytime, tried to fight Povetkin, tried to fight the Polish dude, Pop Dirty, Povetkin, Pop Dirty. Okay, now I know there's controversy around that, but, you know, but whatever. But yeah, now you got Deontay Wilder, WBC title defense against Luis Ortiz. Now, I like Luis Ortiz. By the way, that'll be March 3rd, Barclays Center. But why the hell was he sweating so much? Remember that last fight? Luis Ortiz, he was like sweating in an unnatural way. Now, guys at the gym that I train with, you know, a lot of them, they sweat like that. I mean, where there's like a million little beads of sweat all over them. And typically, not always, that's like from some kind of medication. So, you know, I found that a little bit suspect, okay, from Luis Ortiz, all that sweat. You know, to me, you know, something was up with that. But rumor has it, Adrian Broner, Amir Khan. Yeah, I mean, hell yeah. I mean, look, if you don't like that fight, you're not a boxing fan, okay? Adrian Broner, Amir Khan. I mean, what a hell of a matchup, right? We got Nonito Donaire and Carl Frampton coming up too. 2018. I mean, look, 2018 is looking good. It's looking good. I'm excited, okay? Now, what about a Thurman Spence? Okay, Thurman said he needed a tune-up fight before he faced Spence. You know, he has no problem facing Spence. You know, 22-0 IBF at 147. Wants a shot at the WBA. I'm talking about Spence. Wants a shot at that WBA, WBC from the unified champion Keith one-time Thurman coming off elbow surgery. He said most likely he'll fight 2 times in 2018. Also, you got to think Porter might line himself up for a rematch with one time. You know, if he gets his ducks in a row, you know, plays his cards right, that kind of thing. You might get a Porter Thurman rematch. And of course, Spence needs to get past Lamont Peterson, which I think he will. You know, no discredit to Lamont Peterson. I think Lamont Peterson beat Danny Garcia, but I like Lamont Peterson. He's a boxer, but what's the problem? I'll give it 3 seconds. 3, Lamont Peterson, what's his problem? 3, 2, 1. Let your hands go. He's got to let his hands go. Look, if Lamont Peterson can combine a high output, a high work rate with that boxing ability, you know, man, he could really be he could be a top contender. You know, he could do much better. All right. But yeah, you know, by the way, like I mentioned, Porter, like I said, maybe he'll be the Mando for Thurman. I don't know. We'll see. And Earl Spence, you know, he said he had one fight in 2017. He wants to fight 3 times in 2018. You know, so he's looking to be active. He's looking to make a statement. So to me, you know, that's a sign. You know, maybe what about a Crawford? You got Crawford entering the welterweight division. I mean, the welterweight division is stacked. I mean, it is stacked right now. It's deep. Okay, you know, you got a deep talent pool there. You know, kind of like the middleweight division. Here, I'm going to show you a knockout from when I was at the Kirkland fight. I was actually ringside when Canelo knocked out Kirkland. If you looked way down there to the left, I was over there, and I have video of that too. And my partner I was with was up top getting a good overall video that you're looking at now. But anyway, but yeah, you know, that I definitely want to see that. You know, I want to see Thurman become a little bit more active in 2018. You know, and you know, he's right out of Dallas. You know, so he's near me, and I'd love to get down to the gym and you know, and get some interviews with him. But Crawford, like I said, moving into the 147. But Crawford, ESPN, Earl Spence, Showtime. Now, Stephen Espinoza, he did say, we remember the whole Conor McGregor, Mayweather, the Weasel, Stephen Espinoza. He did say that he would be willing to work with ESPN in order to make a Crawford Earl Spence fight possible. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, look, there's just some crazy matchups that can happen in 2018. But you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, another one that I'm reading online that I'm not too sure about is a Crawford Mikey Garcia, but that doesn't make any sense to me because Robert Garcia already said that that Mikey Garcia won't go past light welterweight. So, you know, Mikey, he's not moving up to welter, so I don't see why people keep talking about a Crawford Mikey Garcia, you know. But and by the way, Garcia will become a 4-time divisional champion if he gets past what's his name, Sergey Lipnitz. So if he can get past Lipnitz, then you know, he's going to be a four-time or 4-division champ, which is incredible. You know, and then damn, if he could move up to welter and snag a belt there, he'd be a five divisional champ. Which is awesome. So, but Inoue Rungvisai, okay, Rungvisai Inoue, you know, someone help me pronounce this guy's name. I always mess it up. But look, here's the thing: if Inoue wants to prove he's not a hype job, right? You know, to me, He first of all, he needs to take on Rungvisai, who beat Roman Gonzalez 2 times, Dos twice. But we know Inoue vacated the 115 WBO to move up to 118. I find that suspect as hell, okay? We're talking about 3 pounds, okay? You know, in these lower weight divisions, you know, you vacate your WBO at 115. Like, what? Instead of fighting Rungvisai? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but, you know, I could be wrong on this, but regardless, that'd be a great matchup right there because, you know, right now, you know, and not look, speaking of Gonzalez, I mean, I want him to make a comeback, right? You know, they call him the Little G. He trains up there at Big Bear with Gennady Golovkin. I want to see him, you know, come back from that loss. And, you know, it happens. I mean, it just happens. I think he's at the wrong place, wrong time. I think it's bad matchmaking. You know, every fight cannot be a war. You know, Roman Gonzalez, he was considered, you know, the pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, especially according to HBO. My God, I mean, they hyped him up so much. But, you know, he was not a hype job, but they really, like, went overboard with him. But I'd like to see him come back, you know, and do something great in 2018, 2019. Now, what about a Canelo Charlo? You know, maybe a Gennady Golovkin Andrade. You know, I mean, it's so stacked right now. You got Billy Joe Saunders, you know, the Charlo. I mean, could you imagine? Or even a Jacobs, like a Canelo Jacobs. And what about Lemieux? You know, is Lemieux done? You know, I mean, is he damaged goods after that Gennady Golovkin beat down? You know, then he loses to Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, he didn't take a lot of punishment in that fight, but he got schooled. He got embarrassed, okay? I mean, he did. I mean, he just got simply outboxed, outclassed, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah, like I said, we got a lot of good fights coming up. You know, I don't think we're going to get Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, but I would like to see, you know, Rungvisai do something, Gonzalez do something, you know, a Broner Khan would be great, you know, and what about Kell Brook? Like what's up with your boy Kell Brook? You know, where is he at? You know, maybe Brook can come back. You know, you got Lucas Matisse entering the welterweight division, and you got Terrence Crawford. I mean, you know, these are great times for boxing, and to me, I'm excited. I mean, you know, looking at 2015, I was like, yeah, you know, okay, whatever. 2016, okay, you know, and then of course we had the Manny Pacquiao and then the Mayweather hype and all that back then. 2017 was decent, you know, it's decent. I truly believe 2018 will be probably the most exciting year of boxing we've had in the last, you know, 5 years. So I'm truly excited for it. But anyway, guys, what do you think? You know, what fights do you want to see in 2018? And do you agree with my picks?